Unraveling the mystery. What does pull a hamstring really mean? Hello and welcome, everyone. Today, we're going to dive into an interesting and commonly used phrase in the English language. Pull a hamstring. Whether you're a sports enthusiast, a language learner, or simply someone who enjoys exploring the intricacies of English, this video is for you. Let's unravel the mystery behind this phrase, understand its meanings, and learn how to use it properly in our daily conversations. First things first, let's understand what we're talking about. The hamstring is not a single string or rope, as the name might suggest. It actually refers to a group of 3 muscles at the back of your thigh. These muscles play a crucial role in many activities such as walking, running, and jumping. Now, to pull a hamstring means to strain or injure one or more of these muscles. This term is most commonly used in the context of sports and physical activities. Pulled hamstrings are common injuries, especially among athletes. But how do they occur? Typically, a hamstring injury happens when the muscles are stretched beyond their capacity or subjected to a sudden load. This can happen during activities that involve a lot of running, jumping, or sudden starts and stops. The severity of the injury can range from a mild strain, which is a small tear in the muscle, to a complete rupture, which is more serious and requires professional medical attention. Interestingly, the phrase, pull a hamstring, is not just confined to the literal sense of physical injury. In everyday language, people sometimes use it metaphorically. For instance, if someone says, "I pulled a hamstring trying to keep up with the workload," it doesn't mean they've actually injured their leg. Instead, they're humorously indicating that they've overexerted themselves or found the task extremely challenging. If you're an athlete or someone who engages in physical activities, you might be wondering how to avoid pulling your hamstring. The key lies in proper warm-up routines, regular stretching, and strength training. These practices help in maintaining flexibility and strength in the hamstring muscles, reducing the risk of injury. And if you've already pulled your hamstring, remember that rest, ice, compression, and elevation, RICE, are your best friends for initial recovery. However, for severe injuries, it's crucial to seek professional medical advice. There you have it. Pull a hamstring is more than just a phrase. It's a reference to a common muscle injury, a metaphor for overexertion, and a topic of interest for those involved in sports and physical activities. We hope this video sheds light on the meaning and use of this phrase in both its literal and figurative senses. Stay tuned for more insightful content, and remember to take care of your hamstrings.